Alive, alive. We are live. Okay, welcome everyone. I will be joined very shortly by Wayne, but for now, welcome to the AUCC 2022. I am Nathan and I'll be covering the open category today. Like I said, I'll be joined very shortly by Wayne, but in the meantime, it's almost gonna I think the tournament's about to start very soon, in about a minute, and it should be starting now. Um, yeah, the games will happen and stuff. But yeah. So, looking at our players, let me see if I can sort this by okay. All right, so looking at our players, we have few pretty good ones. Namely some yeah, we have Jerome, we have Adrian, we have Yogesh, and then not sure if we can find him, but we also have Vincent. Yeah, Vincent Wesley, yeah. So we have the games have started, and let me just see if I can find all the games. Yeah, all right. Let's open these. Okay. And so round one begins. Very interesting to see some who everyone's playing. Adrian against a GM, so that's yeah, yeah, these guys are pretty mismatched to say the least. And Vincent gets the bye. Very, very nice. Yeah, so Jerome against an IM. Yogesh against a fairly strong player from India. And yeah, Adrian against a GM. So that's gonna be fun. Uh, they have not games haven't started yet. So I have time to mess around with the setup a little bit, and I will try to make this work. Alright. I'm really not sure if this works. I'm going to try. It kind of doesn't. Okay, never mind. So let's just regroup them together. I'm sure there is a way to have them all like in a nice four, like a nice quadrant setup that will make it like very easy to view all three games at once. But yeah, Tornello doesn't have the best UI to say the least, and it's okay. All right. And yeah, the games are still waiting to start, so I'm not really sure. Maybe if I refresh the page. I think the rounds is taking a little bit of time with technical checks and things like that, most likely. So yeah, you will just listen to me ramble for a while. Um, I don't think there are any viewers yet, but if there are, welcome. Wonder if there's anyone in the chat. I currently can't read anything. All right. I think Wayne is gonna be joining us just in just a moment. So let me kill the display first. Yeah, I think if we can get this I'm currently joining a Zoom for the record, so that's why I killed the display. So yeah, I think Wayne will be joining us in just a second. Um, we'll see how this works. Might not require the face cam on my own side. Alright, I will.
Just wait first, you're the host.
Yeah. Alright, I will return back on display. Yeah, okay.
Hey, howdy
So,
first, and we
hey,
will join.
see ya. Thanks a
See
lot.
ya.
Very, very cool. Hopefully this works. Uh, I don't know why the camera doesn't work. Let me kill this. Well, it's a good time to have technical, kind of like technical checks because right now, hmm. All right, never mind. Let me try that. Ah, there we go. It works. All right. So, actually, I think I'll just switch this to a. Right, I'll just switch this to this. Okay. And with that, the stream is up, but the games have not started yet. So that will the games will commence soon. How soon is a different question, but yeah, they will commence soon. Probably still a decent amount of technical checks required for these events because they are online and at the end of the day, they do require um, a lot of proctoring, so it's not particularly easy to set up these events. Um, if you see the Tonello page, there's actually even like a Zoom meeting that you need to join. So there's definitely heavy proctoring involved, and yeah, so we will see. I think I'll just keep this on the side here. We'll have it kind of like this. Alright, yeah, so chess, AUCC, we have our four players once again. Um, Adrian, Jerome, Wesley, and sorry, let me go get it. And Yogesh. I believe I named all of them. Yeah. Wesley has a bye this round, so he can sit back, sit tight. Um, as for the I can't find Wesley for some reason. Okay, it's fine. As for the rest of these players, they are kind of in pretty big mismatches. Yogesh obviously playing a 2100. almost 2200, I would even say. Um, Jerome playing an IM and Adrian playing a GM, so that's gonna be pretty big. That's gonna be pretty big. Uh, difference in skill level to overcome. All right. Hmm. Okay. Game still haven't quite started yet. But I believe they have just started. So that is, yeah, that is, the games have started. We just need to wait for the moves from the players. Um, D4 from the white opponent against Yogesh, and we will see what the rest of them play. Alright, D4. Don't, I believe Yogesh plays knight of 6. I'm not super sure though. And we'll see what Jerome plays. We'll see what Adrian's opponent plays. Uh, Yogesh goes for D5. So a D4, D5 position. C4, the Queen's Gambit. And we will have a Slav defense. A slow Slav from the first game. And we will see how this continues. A semi-Slav E6 enforcing the central D5 pawn. E3 looking to develop the light squared bishop, knight b to d7. Um,
I
okay,
think
queen c2 and bishop out. This nice diagonal. Okay, there are apparently arrows. So there's a nice diagonal. A bit like a reverse collie system in that sense.
I think like you
Not
mentioned how
sure how many people play that, but yeah.
I think as you mentioned how
So
Yogesh is up against a far significantly stronger opponent. I think
try to.
no Yogesh is very familiar with this type of opening prep, so I think we can see how this plays out. Because we may see some interesting lines pop up.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Right.
You're just a bit soft just now. Yeah, okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
bishop d3 here. So going for this kind of battery, looking to target this, possibly some knight, 95 ideas to get this nice Pillsbury knight. Obviously, this can't be taken, because, um, well, actually, it can be taken right now, but if white develops in a certain way, they might be able to plant a knight on e5, and get this kind of clamp down on the structure if maybe they get f4 in. Okay, e5, e4 by Jerome against his opponent, and the third game has not quite started yet. So we will still be focusing on the first game with Yogesh playing as the black pieces. Um, so this is a pretty normal opening. Quite theoretical with queen's pawn stuff, usual close positions, c4, b3, things like that. Queen e7 by Yogesh, um, looking to just, I guess, develop probably, maybe trade off. I really don't think it's to trade off the bishop, but he will eventually need to develop this bishop and then connect the rooks and he'll be sitting pretty nicely. No response yet from the first
Still
game.
no
So,
response on
yeah.
Jerome's game.
Yeah, and Adrian's game hasn't even started quite yet, so that's also a little strange, but yeah.
I think it's possible the players might be having some internet connectivity
Yeah,
issues.
probably
The
technical
expectation.
checks and things like that.
Mhm.
Let me see. Okay, I don't think I'm sharing my screen right now. Cool.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, so now you can watch my screen. And yeah,
Perfect.
alright. Okay, so still no response on the last
Let's check in on
two
Adrian's game.
games.
Is there any response on Adrian's game?
No response on Adrian's game either. Very strange.
Yeah.
Definitely, most likely connectivity issues. I would
Something could be going on with the
suggest.
Iranian
Yeah.
team right now. Noticing both players are from Iran. Maybe
Yeah.
they're going through something. Yeah.
And E5 by Yogesh breaking through the position. Uh, probably looking
And
at
pawn
certain
takes.
pawn trades. Yeah, pawn trades and um. I mean, if the opponent allows it, which they won't, he will obviously go
Mm.
for E4 to close up the position.
It's,
So
it's
probably the
definitely in the
opponent's, yeah,
it's definitely in the opponent's interest to take with the pawn.
yeah.
Because if you take with the knight and then pawn, and then there'll be the knight trade that happens, and Yogesh could potentially gain better control over the diagonal.
Hmm?
Mm.
Oh, go up. Yeah, go up, go up.
Yeah, I think the game is still just starting out, so it might be too early to tell whether or not. Oh, okay, and the opponent takes with the pawn. Okay. Well,
Yeah, the opponent takes with the pawn, and there's
okay, Yogesh
a
responds
trade
with
in
the
the
knight.
center.
Yep,
So knight takes, knight takes.
yep. And
Pawn
then bishop
probably
takes.
bishop
Yep.
takes. Yeah,
Mm.
and we might see a case where there might be an isolated queen's pawn in this game. So
I think it's shaping up to be a pretty interesting position.
yeah.
White still has yet to castle, so.
I am looking obviously. Okay, I think the other games. Ah, yes.
Ah, okay.
So
So Adrian's
the
opponent has
game,
responded.
yes. So it's a Sicilian,
Okay.
an
Starts
open
out with the
Sicilian.
Sicilian.
I will go check back in on this. But yeah, okay. So yeah, we do have an isolated queen's pawn in this position. Yogesh obviously unable to take with the knight here because that would hang this h7 pawn. So he takes back with the pawn, and he has an isolated queen's pawn. We'll see if he manages to prove this as an advantage or a disadvantage. And we have just a regular open Sicilian for now. Board 2 still hasn't, or I should say, game 2, board 6 with Jerome still has no
Still no response.
activity yet, so I'll see what happens there. Um,
Mm.
yeah, I think I'll just put it here. Yeah, I mean, it will kind of shape up to be a little bit more fair considering his opponents and I am, so, maybe a
Mm.
slight time advantage could be always prudent. Um, so, knight back from the opponent, looking for a bishop trade, um, with the bishops, and we'll see how Yogesh responds. Um, if of course bishop takes, queen takes, uh, then there's definitely things to do.
Mm.
I think this game has continued. So a dragon Sicilian from Adrian.
Ooh.
Okay, an opponent goes for f3, solidly defending his structure, castles, and we'll see what happens. Okay. queen up to look for this bishop trade here, um, and a knight here. So obviously, tactically, this fails if bishop comes here, bishop takes, queen has to take back, and then knight takes here. And obviously, bishop h6, bishop takes h6, and white tries to be sneaky and take the knight, looking for queen trade. Actually, bishop takes queen with check, so that doesn't work. So just a little bit of elementary tactics in that sense. Back to Yogesh's game. Queen b4 check. Okay, interesting. And the bishop blocks, and there is a trade. And now the opponent offers a queen trade even. Obviously going with the principle that you want to trade pieces, trade down pieces when your opponent has an isolated queen's pawn. Yeah. There is a opposite side castle on Adrian's game. His opponent going really aggressive. I think he's gonna start throwing his pawns very soon. Obviously looking for this bishop trade as well. So does not. I'm I'm not entirely sure if Adrian is gonna.
Oh, queen trade.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is a queen trade actually. Yogesh goes for the queen trade. Defends his pawn stoutly. Probably looking to activate his rooks now. And the opponent will definitely want to do the same. Jerome's game still inactive. And we'll see what happens there. But rook c8 on Adrian from Adrian, and the bishop tucks away to avoid any tactics of like knight takes and things like that. So prophylactic bishop b3, and we will have okay. Looking at Yogesh's game again, he goes knight b5. The opponent goes knight b5, and yeah, and we have a6 kicking away the knight. All right, knight e5 from Adrian. Um, and king b1 prophylactic move once again from the opponent. And we have knight d4 and rook c8. Rook a to c8. So obviously knight takes, pawn takes. This will solidify this pawn, but that's not what the opponent was going for. There's a nice outpost for the knight. It's blockading the pawn, and yeah. And Yogesh's position, while very holdable, is definitely probably with
Definitely a
no
challenge.
yeah, it's definitely without a particular advantage. Um, Adrian goes for a trade, jumping his knight into c4, and he getting a trade off for the bishop. And now his opponent really like cranks up the attack, throws his h pawn, throws his g pawn. We'll see what happens from there. King e2, very delayed bonk cloud from the opponent, but
Oh, interesting.
yeah, I mean it's just an easier way of activating the rooks. Yeah, like you bring up the king, it's still in the center, so in the end game it's advantages, and then you can still bring over the rooks to the center. Still connects the rooks in just a more efficient way. Jerome's opponent, down to 3 minutes, still hasn't played this move yet.
Still no response.
Yeah, I think he might
Missing
not
one.
actually be playing the game at all. Hopefully not, but it'll be interesting to see what
I mean,
happens.
a point is a point, right?
Yeah, a point is a point. I would definitely be rooting for Jerome there. Um, and Adrian a little stuck, especially meeting all this pressure. We'll see what he does. But a rook trade from the in the game, and now king d2, attacking the rook on c3. Obviously, knight e4 does not work here because bishop takes, and then pawn takes, and your rook is left unguarded. So Yogesh will probably have to move this rook, and we'll see what happens from the game here. It really does seem that the opponent wants to trade off everything and look for a, an endgame here. But yeah,
I think might be the opponent's downfall in this case.
yeah,
Because now,
because yeah,
because even with the
mhm,
pieces traded off, right, the
yeah,
way the pawns are structured, it's still fairly even. Like, sure, his king may be more active, but I would prefer to have Yogesh's pawn structure here than his.
mm, yeah, because because basically if there are too few pieces, there's nothing to even win this pawn with, right? That's why
Yeah,
you shouldn't be trading everything down, but yeah. Okay, h
who knows? Maybe his
takes.
opponent's
Yeah,
got something else.
yeah.
You know,
So
maybe his
Adrian
opponent's
plays
got something
h
up his sleeve
takes
here.
against the GM. h5, blasting open the position. This is not good for Adrian. But yeah. Okay, back to Yogesh. Let's see the time situation. I think I'll put the camera here actually. All right. So h3 and h6. Okay. And then f4 now. f4 now expanding on the king side. Okay. h5. Yeah, Adrian under some serious pressure here. So. Oh, okay, but
Oh,
the Jerome
Jerome's
game
opponent has
started.
responded.
Okay, yes. So we have a modern
Mhm.
d3 c5. But the opponent is low on time, like by a lot as well. So it's pretty funny. h3 prophylactic, not allowing the bishop to come out. Um, we get a bit of like a Sicilian looking game, especially if d4 is eventually played. So I think what Adrian might, what Jerome might do is actually go c3, yeah, and eventually push for d4. Probably rook e1. Ah, okay, so he goes here. Probably rook e1, and then eventually d4 at some point. Um, Juggling between the games. So after f4, king f8 is played, bring out the king, and then g4 now, expanding further on the king side. So knight takes on Adrian's game, and then rook dg1 by the opponent, so obviously bringing in the pieces. He's looking for open lines and not so much material, looking to sack some pawns and things like that. So yeah, and then castles by the opponent, by Jerome's opponent, a3. I assume is for the eventual d4 push and the trade, and this knight might be able to jump in, so or the knight might try to attack the bishop, and I think actually yeah, it's probably because of knight a5. They Jerome wants a square to tuck his bishop into. Okay, bishop back to d7 and prophylactic, not letting f5 come with tempo. Yeah. All right. So b6 by Jerome's opponent, tucking away his bishop d5, breaking out. Let's see if see what Adrian does here. Maybe he might push the pawn. Maybe he might trade. Both are perfectly fine for his position. But so queen c8 by Adrian, looking to start his own attack. Yeah, I as well as actually defending this pawn. So yeah, these are some pretty high level moves. So I'm gonna say. So yeah, uh, Yogesh's opponent actually has like a pretty interesting king side expansion going on. I'm not
Mm.
entirely sure if this is considered
I think
good,
it's.
but yeah.
I think we may be seeing that trade of pieces come. Think I think his opponent is trying to just push his pawns as best as he can right now, and then go for that eventual trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he does technically have like a king side majority, sort of. Not entirely, but
Mm.
yeah, kind of. Let's see, e5 by Jerome. He closes up the position here. Um, and brings out his bishop, trades off the pieces. He's looking to probably go knight c3, rook c8, rook c1, and then bishop back. And then maybe he can do some h4, h5 stuff. Yeah. Okay, back to Adrian's game. So knight d5 is played, and then yeah, Adrian defends the pawn. Pawn takes pawn now. Bishop takes pawn, and we'll see what happens after this. So Jerome brings out his knight. Surprisingly, here I assume he's planning this reroute. So Bishop a6 might not be as good of a move. But then again, I think this actually also develops with tempo. So you know, and bishop behind this pawn doesn't really do anything. So yeah, bishop here, rook's probably gonna come out, and then maybe Jerome will look for this knight remaneuver. Okay. So Yogesh's opponent goes rook f1, and then knight to the center, bishop takes, pawn takes,
Mm. Trades are
f5.
coming.
Yeah,
Mm.
I really don't see much of anything in this position if I'm being honest. I mean, maybe the opponent really sees something and does believe in
Uh,
this kingside expansion, but at least to the beginner's eye, this looks pretty dead drawn if Yogesh knows how to defend. So yeah. So yeah, rook e1 and then knight c4. Interesting. So there is a knight trade and um okay, pressure on the pawn, but the queen defends. But queens are actually pretty bad defenders, so I'm interested to see how this pans out. Okay, how does Adrian's game go? So rook up, attacking the bishop. Counter strike in the middle, going for the knight. The knight moves, and let's see what. I think Adrian's in a bit of trouble here because this knight is threatening this pawn with a fork, a massive fork actually, and at the same time his bishop is also undefended. So yeah, he might be in a bit of trouble here. All right, so okay, I think there's a bit of respite for us. Um, a bit of thinking time as well, because
mm.
looking at this game, what do you think? When do you think this is a pure draw or is it kind of like a
Now I wouldn't say this is a. Oh, okay, maybe now
yeah
it might be. I mean,
now
let me see. Let's see.
now the
Yeah, it's very
opponent goes
possible. No, this is very drawish. This is very drawish,
yeah, this looks like very dry, but
but it's not impossible. But I don't think it's
yeah,
impossible for White to not win now. White
yep,
has some level. It's very drawish.
definitely. Hmm.
But we
Yeah,
also
this
have to remember
position
that, like,
is very interesting.
I
Yeah,
think, like, beyond the position, what we need to also consider is that his opponent is uh, higher rated, so there is some level of pride that goes into it.
psychological yeah difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So knight back in Jerome's game. I'm not sure if there is increment, so that is what the
Mm.
opponent has kind of been surviving on recently. So
You know,
b5
it's
and
very
b4.
possible that
Yeah.
his opponent is intentionally like waited for his time to go there
That
for
is very
years.
true to give
It's
more of
very possible. Yeah.
a fair fight, a challenge, yeah,
Mm.
to himself. It's going back to Yogesh's game. Oh, wait, okay, wait, what, there we go. Queen G4, defending checkmate, obviously, and looking probably for some attacking ideas as well. Alright, okay, so we'll have to restart the Zoom meeting soon. Queen D7, temporarily getting out of the pinch, both defending this while attacking the knight, and also still keeping somewhat of an eye on the bishop. So we'll see what the opponent comes up with. Rook D7 by Yogesh, and the king moves out of the pin. So now looking
Mm.
at this pawn, um, material is still equal, but this kingside expansion definitely has is is at least intimidating somewhat.
Mm.
Yogesh goes for a bit of a
Uh,
trade
I I
here.
I think White's got this now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure the doubling of these pawns are actually good,
Yeah.
because it definitely begins to look a bit
And it's definitely
uncomfortable.
and his king is too far from his pawns there. So if they do get doubled, right, he won't be
Yeah,
able
his
to
king is
defend
really
anything for them.
inactive,
Yeah.
so it's
And
not
then
even just a
this,
rook battle. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And
definitely agree
considering
on
his
that.
opponent's strength, you don't want to be down a pawn. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, and we'll see what Yogesh does here. His position already pretty uncomfortable initially, but yeah. Okay, knight e6 by your opponent. I'm not super sure on the point of this. Obviously, this pressures the pawn here, but yeah, I'm not seeing why that can't be defended. But obviously, also the knight needs to be brought into the game, so perfectly understandable. So there's a piece trade, and Adrian's opponent just sacks the exchange because there's such a huge attack coming down here. Right, queen
Mm.
here. If pawn takes rook, queen here, and this is devastation. So I am looking at a weird idea of like rook takes pawn here to obviously distract this.
Mm.
But I'm not. I think that still leaves you down materials like two pawns for the piece. And Yogesh finally brings in his king, but he is down a piece. I mean, he's down a pawn, I should say. So,
Yeah.
and
Well,
yeah,
it might be a pawn, but I think in that position, it's gonna feel like a piece.
yeah, and Adrian plays the move I was talking about, rook takes, but opponent doesn't even bother trading the rooks. He just brings his rook back, renews the threat. He's saying, you want the pawn, you can take it, but yeah, you're still going to get checkmated. All
Mm.
right. Um, Bishop back, and Jerome actually gets this pretty nice skewer, so he gets to trade off some of the attacking forces from his opponent. And Yogesh kind of on the ropes here. Um, he's throwing checks, but I'm not really sure what he's gonna do after the king moves out of the way.
Mm.
I mean, there's possibility that he could just keep checking, but I'm sure the opponent will probably figure out a configuration where he can probably block these checks and things like that. And an Adrian sacks an exchange. Okay, I mean he just sacks the exchange. I mean, knight takes, and I'm not really seeing anything. Okay, interesting. Um, Yogesh keeps checking the opponent, but he hides his king over on b2. Probably will bring back the rook and try to harass these other pawns next. Okay, Jerome manages to trade off the bishop, a pair of bishops, and isn't this pawn lost? Yeah, isn't this pawn just lost? Because knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes.
Queen takes.
Ah, queen. I didn't see the queen.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So.
I was waiting. I was waiting for you to bang that.
Yeah, and queen takes, of course. So yeah, this pawn is still defended. So yeah, rook d1 is fine.
I'd say Jerome has a pretty decent chance.
John has a pretty nice position, I would say, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. And especially with the time advantage, it's
Hmm.
not entirely
The
sure
opponent's
why
def
the opponent. Yeah.
opponent's definitely feeling it right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Also,
Yogesh has something he could. There's something Yogesh can do, but I would say it's. No, I wouldn't recommend it. It relies on your opponent blundering.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, he goes rook to e7.
Okay. I think that's
Interesting.
fine, but again, like but his opponent's king is quite far from action,
Yeah.
so yeah, so
I do definitely think like his position is
yeah,
quite
yeah,
uncomfortable. It's very passive.
yeah.
So
That's the thing. Here's the thing. That's what I was supposed to like. Rook
yeah,
to sorry, not king to c6. But the thing is that
king to
yeah,
c6.
the second pawn is just gonna come down and
Yeah.
like
Uh,
mess up your day, you know.
Probably rook check
Yeah,
here and then something like
yeah,
just marching down the pawn. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely not. Okay, knight out here. Actually, pretty nice position in general.
Mm.
Okay, knight back to attack the queen. And f4. f5 by the opponent to defend. But, yeah, this is gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
If pawn takes pawn en passant, probably bishop takes, or maybe even pawn takes. And, yeah. Also, yeah, Adrian's kind of toast.
Yeah, Adrian's screwed.
Adrian's toast. Yeah.
Yeah, he's screwed. Yeah, that's
Okay, king c6, and we were kind of talking about this. Surprised the opponent doesn't actually just go for the immediate a5. Uh, but yeah, that is patience right there. He understands the king is kind of boxed in and trapped. There's no reason to bother. And so g6 by Yoga is trying to break up the pawns a little bit. But yeah. Okay, queen back, going for a queen trade, and there's even a knight trade as well. So that's pretty, yeah. Okay. Yeah, never resign, I guess. I'm really
never.
not seeing a defense of the queen f6 though.
No. This is not
Yeah.
about defense. It's
Holding
about
on.
giving it your all. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
but there's nothing about it.
Yeah.
That is
Okay.
it is abysmal.
Trying to Jerome breaking out of the position. He went for an
Oh,
endgame, but I'm not super sure who's
hmm.
winning here.
I don't know if this is good for Jerome though, because while his opponent while his pawns are kind of stuck together, his opponent's pawns are let's say they can do more damage. Plus, Jerome's got their double pawns on f5,
Yeah, the double
which
pawns, right?
is yeah,
And
and
this bishop
not
is
only the
really not
no
good.
yeah, and the double pawns also block his bishop in as well.
Yeah, all the pawns are
Yeah,
on dark squares in the middle and the bishops. So
like
the bishop doesn't
sure
have much poke, yeah.
you could argue that his opponent is also in a similar spot, but it's really not
But
because
yeah, although yeah,
his opponent just has to wait for the pawn break to activate the
yeah,
bishop,
just has to
and
break
he
out
can
the
afford to
pawns.
do that because his pawns are all on light squares.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Also, this is also a protected pass pawn. So this is
mm.
very uncomfortable for Jerome. I don't know why he went for that endgame, but yeah. And
Confident.
Yogesh's opponent just coming in. Oh, and this is looking terrible. Yeah, he's down 2 pawns, and I'm not super sure what he's
I
gonna
think
do.
that I think doubling his pawns there, right? Near
Yeah,
the
I
when he
think
traded
his
knight and
his
bishops.
position just kind of got
That's really where it fell apart.
yeah. But I think honestly speaking, the opponent on this whole kingside expansion, it was really prudent because it kind of left Yogesh with not much not much space to work with, and he had to eventually trade off the pawn. So we will need to we'll restart the Zoom meeting in a second, but Yogesh trades a pawn, but yeah. So it's really just yeah, I think Yogesh's position is pretty bad. Um yeah, this was the checkmate straight up, so yeah. Good game by Adrian, but not much to do there. And now Jerome's opponent just grinding out the endgame. And yeah, we were talking about how the bishop just has more scope in general, being the dark being that both of them are dark square bishops, but the opponent's pawns on are all on light squares, while a lot of Jerome's pawns are on dark squares. And okay, Jerome trying to make a pass pawn of his own. Alright, and well, Jerome actually going after this pawn, and the opponent tries to trade him off. I'm not super sure what's the plan after rook takes. Pawn probably infiltration, and yeah, probably an infiltration, and that'll be less comfortable. Yogesh goes after some of the pawns. He's actually doing quite well. In terms of well stopping some of the attack. Let me open up the meeting so that we can have Wayne join again. Alright. And okay, we'll just leave this here. Um and yeah, so Jerome decides not to trade. He tries to break out of the position actually, going for some tactics. Um and actually even gets a pawn pretty far down. So that's very nice. Um okay, we are back. Let me share my screen
Some
again.
interesting things. Some
Wait,
interesting
you need
things
to
that have
enable.
transpired on your.
Yeah, you
Oh,
need to
oh,
enable the screen share. Then I can
oh.
show you what I'm seeing. But yeah, Yogesh's position
Some interesting things have transpired.
not looking very fun. Yeah,
Mm.
can I share screen?
Yeah, you can show.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Good. That's great. But also the time situation. Now on Jerome's game is actually much more even, and Jerome
Mm.
tries. Jerome actually has a pretty far passed down pawn, so that is he actually found a very nice resource there with the going back all the way. I think that was Right, so he goes d5 here, right, attacking the rook, but this also comes with check. This pawn capture comes with check, and he actually manages to get a nice pass pawn. And this is probably still winning for black, but Jerome now has a much nicer chance to do something with the position. And Yogesh kind of just on the ropes here. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think this is, I don't think he's gonna manage to draw this position.
Uh,
Yeah.
unless something like a miracle happens, you'll get lost this game.
I think Jerome looking to come into the position and maybe hold his pawns with his king while trying to get some of them. And with a very long-winded rook maneuver, he might be able to actually maybe a less long-winded rook maneuver. He might be able to get something going. So yeah, okay. Um, but the pawns are really rolling for the opponent for Jerome. Yeah, and also right, this doesn't work because the bishop covers. So
Mm-hmm.
hmm, maybe something like bishop here, but not entirely sure. Yeah, bishop check. Probably has to go here. And ooh, I mean, this is pretty bad. Check and mate. Well, actually,
Mm-hmm.
not quite mate, but yeah.
Yeah.
So that's gonna happen. The two pass pawns, yeah, and we kind of end off round one with unfortunately three losses for the Singapore team, but looking to bounce back in round two, and we'll
Mm-hmm.
see. There are only a few more games happening in for round two, so actually there's only one more game happening for round two, so we could see that. We could watch that right now. It's a knife board. It's the last game that's going
Oh,
on in round two. It's a very interesting endgame.
it's a an interesting
Yeah.
position. One thing I can say for sure that White is actually really winning here. Hmm.
White definitely has the advantage here. Um, how to
Yeah,
convert
he
the
definitely has the
advantage?
advantage, but yeah,
Yeah, how to convert the
he has the
advantage is a
advantage, but
different
how do you?
story.
Hmm.
Yeah, because these pawns can't just be pushed willy-nilly, right? They need to be
Hmm.
controlled, and the
There needs
activity
to be a
of these
strategy to it.
pieces. Yeah, I am looking at like moves like bishop a6 to exploit this pin. So maybe black might be, it might be prudent for black to actually defend his pieces first. But then that actually leaves this open to more, to an attack, right? To some pawn trades to it.
Hmm.
Okay. Ah, instead he goes here probably to meet bishop a6 with bishop down. So, king comes over. Let's see. Yeah, I think the FM has got it.
Hmm.
Let me just double check if that really is the last game. Yeah, it really just is the last game. Vincent obviously with his round one bye, and yeah, okay, going for some interesting. Changing maneuvers here. Hmm. How to breakthrough in this position? Obviously, this is a very like I think this position can be grinded out for win. I'm just not super
Mm.
sure if it's gonna
I think
be
the FM will
because
be
yeah
able to find it.
uh well without a doubt, but I'm just not sure if the FM is going to win purely because of his plan, or is it gonna be more of like his
If
opponent
it's
kind of
blind
breaks
splendor.
after after a while, right? So
Mm.
that's gonna be a thing. Yeah. Also, hi Adrian. He's in the chat right now. Jerome. Jerome definitely had like very nice position at one point. I'm just
Mm.
not sure what exactly happened. I think it was just kind of the end game that didn't work out. Um, yeah. So anyone just tuning in now? We are commentating on the Asia-Oceania University
Mm.
Chess Championships 2022. This is the open category, and we've started off round one with unfortunately three losses for the Singapore team. So looking to bounce back in round two. So very interesting. Wonder if the opponent, wonder if the FN will take a push. Cause pushing might actually, yeah, pushing like I thought was go ahead and just cut out the bishop from the game. Go bishop here and you can push the pawn. And these pawns can actually start to become their own advantage. Not just these not just this backwards pawn, yeah? White can try to apply advantages elsewhere. Oh, alright. F5 by the opponent. By black, trying to break out of this position. Possibly pawn takes, bishop takes, and maybe f4, maybe f4 here, yeah? Maybe f4 here and then going g5, and then trying to come back in to defend the position. Okay, but no, they take, and then there's a check, and then we'll see how this game continues.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think this is, I believe the format is 15 plus 10, considering they start 15 minutes and this. I've not been tracking the increment, but I'm pretty sure it's 10-second increment. So pretty forgiving time format in terms of um, amount of time given. Yeah. What could be very interesting is if the opponent tries. Well, actually, I'm not sure how the FM will try to, how White will try to put this together, but there is like some bishop c8 ideas to go for this pawn, and then
There's
maybe
definitely counter play.
yeah, there's definitely play
Yeah.
here. I'm just how
I think right now on the FM side there's
white will
a lot of
try to
options. Yeah.
yeah.
It's just a matter of finding the quickest one.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because time is definitely not on their side.
Time is very certainly ticking. So yeah. A minute, a little over a minute left. Yeah. Okay, rook here. Can white try to win with the H pawn? Where was that? Wait, so back when there was... No, there wasn't H pawn, what? Okay, maybe he was talking about a different game. I was reading the chat. Jason commented something about white winning into H pawn.
Ah.
Now? But white doesn't have a H pawn. Do you mean
I
black?
think he means earlier. Surely he means earlier, or this means like
Wait, let me see. Oh, white wins the black H pawn. Okay, that makes sense. So that's yeah. King probably has King only has one square to go actually to defend this. Uh, hmm. Hmm. Okay, going back to cover this square. We'll see how black. Well, yeah, I mean black's position is kind of just hoping for the draw here, which is yeah, a little sad, but you know. Okay, yeah, some like checks here because white has to go up, and then you can actually attack this rook again. So black prudently just defends against that. We'll see what white throws in the check. Uh, Wayne, could you log on to the Safeguard Twitch and nuke a bot?
sorry, no?
Delete
Oh,
a message by a bot. Yeah.
okay.
Isn't the plan just bishop h3, then rook c8, then rook c7? Bishop h3, rook. Interesting. Yeah, actually, maybe we might see that. Well, not really now. Then bishop c8, yeah. Yeah, actually that looks... But yeah, now actually white's just gonna win the h pawn, so... I think he's just going to use this pass pawn as like two weaknesses. Black is definitely throwing. Black is definitely kind of trolling. Well, black is also like 1,000 points rated lower, so lower rated. So yeah. King up, and they just win the pawn cleanly, and then we'll see what happens from here. Rook down, yeah, probably the plan that you were talking about, yeah. Rook down, rook here, bishop here, rook c7. Oh, currently it's a bit nasty to go there. So check. Let's see what. Bishop e4. Put the rook on e4 and draw. Yeah. No, rook e4 at this point is too weak. And this pawn is too far if the pawn is won. Gosh. Give me 1 second. Uh, shit. Okay, and we're back.
Okay, yeah, Nathan, I just banned the bot. Okay. Well,
I,
Nathan is solving some technical difficulties. Oh,
we do
this
this,
game
then
has
it's
gone.
back. Okay,
Oh, you're back.
this
Oh, you're
game
muted.
is yeah. So the game took a bit
Nathan, you're
to.
muted.
Wait, I'm still muted. Shit. Okay. Okay, yeah. So the game took a bit to happen, but
Yeah.
eventually two queens. Yeah.
Mm.
Simple ladder mate. That's gonna be game, and we move on to round two.
Round two. So have your
Man,
parents
this
come out
these
to round
yeah.
two yet?
Not yet. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
I'm just looking at Wow, that was loud.
Oh, what was it?
Okay, round two out. Round two is out now. And we will
Okay,
see
let's see.
Vincent playing an FM. Oh
FM.
boy.
Oh, the same FM just now. Same FM from the last
Yeah.
game.
Oh, the same as FM.
Oh,
Okay. Gonna be a
Yogesh
tough game.
playing.
Gonna be a tough game. Let's see where Yogesh.
Yogesh playing.
Let's open
So I don't know, man.
Adrian's game, and then let's
Yeah.
open Jerome's game as well. And games will be
Yeah.
starting soon, but we'll see what happens.
Oh, and it seems all the rest of them are playing. Seems the
Actually,
rest of them
they're playing. These
are
are a
gifted
lot
players,
more. Well, the first two
except for
bots are a
Vincent.
little, yeah, a little bit
But the rest are
less.
playing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Ah,
this
he
one's
has
also
50 power
400
rating.
rating, so
Yeah.
this one, good luck to Adrian. I think he's got this, and then good luck
Yeah.
to Jerome as well. I think he's also got this.
Uh, Good luck to
So,
his opponent. I think he needs it more than Jerome.
uh, you're not wrong. Okay, and we wait for round two to start. What are your predictions for this round, Wayne?
I think Vincent will probably lose.
Vincent,
Right.
well, well, Vincent, yeah, okay, he's got no shot.
You were gonna say definitely, weren't you? What a
I mean,
what a dickhead
okay,
here.
he's also an
What
FM,
a
so I
how
mean,
rude, how rude. You
you
gotta
know,
you gotta support our guys, man. Come on. Yeah. Nah, but
yeah,
I think everyone else has got it. I think with Vincent,
everyone
it's
else has
that
got it.
his
Yeah,
opponent is
I
just
think so too.
his opponent's just
Yogesh,
strong.
Yogesh has a pretty strong opponent, but I think he can hold this, especially with the white pieces.
It depends on how the
Yeah, on
position goes.
how the
Yeah,
opening
sure.
goes and things like that. He's also got the white pieces, so like he's got his theory packed and everything. So
Mm.
I think he plays e4 if I'm not wrong. Yogesh. All right. And who knows? Maybe Vincent might face an opponent who gives him some time, like we saw in the previous round.
Even then, we
Even
didn't
then,
see previously.
yeah.
Yeah, even then, it didn't really go the way you think. You know.
That is true. That is true. All right. Let's see.
Mm.
Hmm. So waiting for round two to begin. Any any
Are you gonna ask me
thoughts?
for my predictions again? Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna ask for any thoughts from the chat. So
uh,
yeah, any thoughts from the chat? What do you guys think? Okay, let me fix up. Let me do some quality of life changes. Yeah,
Interesting word choice, but
it's mostly just changing up the background a little bit so you can see the thing. Okay. Yeah, I think these tournaments just generally take pretty long to set up, which is understandable
mm,
because Yeah, it's understandable because a lot of times online proctoring is not super easy. So
Yeah, that I think it's. I mean, personally, I think it's a good thing that organizers are really taking their time to do the proctoring and make sure everything's all right before they begin the games. Because
yeah,
after past cheating cases that happen,
yeah, definitely.
yeah. And I think this higher scrutiny, like higher level of care is definitely. Oh, that was loud.
That was
That was loud.
long.
Yeah,
All right,
it's definitely a good thing though.
just adjust my just adjust my volume mixer here. Okay.
I think we just got to mute Tottenham.
Yeah, I think let me just mute
Or do you need to hear the sound of the chess pieces moving
the
to simulate
massive
to simulate going
booms,
outside
the massive booms
to
of the
simulate
chess
going
piece.
outside
Uh,
to simulate going
okay.
outside.
Yes, I have not seen the sun in ages. I don't know why I'm saying that. Okay, so a Dutch, well, not a Dutch, but a bird opening from Vincent, going for a bit of a stonewall structure against the kind of King's Indian slash Grunfeld setup. Sicilian on Yogesh's board, and a Danish gambit. Not quite, because he doesn't sack the B pawn, but a kind of Danish gambit. So it's like kind of a bit more of a Goring gambit kind of thing. Um, Not that openings are super important, but okay. So Stonewall structure from Vincent. We'll see where this goes, and we have a knight off Sicilian against Yogesh.
Ooh.
Some mainline theory, I have no doubt. Um, Queen e7 by the opponent, going after the pawn. Um, and I guess Queen e2 is a possible way of defending. But
Good
castles
castle.
instead. But castles does fall to bishop takes, pawn takes, and then
Hmm.
you do lose this pawn, but actually you completely lose the queen. So
Yeah, yeah.
this is also another way of defending, perfectly fine. Yeah. So knight e4 obviously taking
So this game off.
advantage of the hole in the position, and then ooh knight g3 now taking advantage of the early h3. So
Mm.
yeah, bit of an opening mistake from Wesley. I mean from Vincent. And we need to pay more money if we want to keep the stream going. It's a joke. Um,
Please
yeah.
donate to us so that we can
Please
keep the
donate
stream
to
going.
Sivka, yes. Yes, please. Your donations are highly appreciated.
Yeah. Where
Alright.
to donate to?
I don't know what the
Uh,
link will be, but yes,
yeah.
we'll have a link. No, we won't. Okay.
Yes, we will
So a
right now.
very interesting Danish gambit, by the way, from Adrian. He doesn't sack all the way, so he doesn't fianchetto like his bishop, but he has this very nice lead in development, and he will put it upon his opponent to try and make up for it for the extra pawn, prove his advantage with the extra pawn. And okay, yeah, I'm gonna be honest right now. Vincent's position is pretty bad. This knight is already like such a terrible pawn, and yeah. Okay, some interesting position on Yogesh's side, by the way. Obviously attacking the knight, which is pinned by the bishop, so the opponent goes to attack the bishop. We'll see what happens. Not super familiar with Sicilian theory, but no doubt they are definitely playing proper lines and things like that. So pawn takes pawn, okay, and yeah, already allowing the e5 breakthrough.
Hmm.
If pawn takes, knight takes, you might have to retreat your bishop, and this pawn is weak. Yeah, this pawn is also not gonna last super long. I mean, this a5, like eventually queen here takes.
This is just a bad position.
This is a really bad position out of the opening. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, you're looking at Yogesh's game. Bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop, and we'll see where they go from there. Okay, Adrian's still taking his time, looking for the best way to advance the position. Some possible knight d5 ideas to just go after this queen, as well as the bishop pair. Which you could attempt to supplement by going after this knight first, but obviously bishop d7 does solve that. Yeah. So very interesting position. I think Adrian looking for a way to make an advantage here. Um,
Hmm.
oh, Jerome's game has started, so we have a Sicilian defense. Not an open Sicilian, so there is no d4. Um, but a6 either ways, and a4. Okay, to prevent the breakthrough here. Strange sideline that the opponent has chosen, but okay. Yeah. So 95, 95, pawn e5, bishop e5, and then knight f3 attacking the bishop, bishop c7, bishop back. Now the knight jumps to the center, realizing it's not really needed here. Um, Definitely not bishop takes, I don't think. This is like a good bishop. Um, yeah, I'm not too sure what Vincent's planning on doing. Okay, pawn takes d6,
I
so
think
there's a trade in this
I
end.
think it's very possible Vincent is just letting this key like just go, right?
Yeah, it's very possible.
Just to get an early break, you know. It's very possible.
Yeah, that is true. Just playing something fun and seeing where it goes from there. He doesn't need to win this game. He's
Hmm.
not really planning on it. Okay, and we do have what I was talking about. And Adrian basically decides on getting the advantage by going queen b6, attacking the knight, but also preparing this battery on f2, I mean on f7, and so he jumps in immediately. Let's see how he takes advantage of the subsequent position. Um,
Hmm.
Possibly some knight g5 here, looking to take and then go here. And if it is defended against, maybe like you might take here and then try for this. I'm not super sure, but Adrian definitely took his time and seized the advantage there. That was good on his side. E6 to blunt the bishop, and we have a very strange looking close position on Jerome's game. Yeah, Okay, interesting position, that's what I'll say. And then back to Vincent's game. He's yeah. Yeah, he's not doing really good. So Yogesh actually having an interesting position. I wouldn't say I wouldn't give the advantage to either of them. Um, maybe white. I mean, maybe black because he does have the bishop pair, but his pawn structure is also not super great. Um, yeah, and yeah, his pawn structure isn't great. There's kind of a queenside majority if this ever goes down to an endgame. Um, but yeah, okay, and we'll see how Yogesh continues to play this position. Adrian, oh, Adrian immediately goes for the queen, okay. So he trades off the knight first, and then he goes knight g5 in this order, because now this is open. This is completely undefended, right? And, oh, okay, never mind, black. Black won this checkmate one, okay. I was probably looking at something like this, and check, and then he loses the rook, but the game still goes on. But his option was also fine. So a nice, good game to Adrian. Wild stuff. Um, Rook e1 by white here. Okay. What are your thoughts on the position? I mean, obviously, Vincent's not doing really well. Um, I think we can
I
agree
mean,
on that.
for this game, I would say that Vincent is just
Getting crushed.
like I said,
Yeah,
yeah, he's just getting crushed. This is one of those games. It's just you're
it's
playing
fine.
for fun.
Yeah. I mean, he's playing against FM, like it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I'm waiting back shortly again, but for now, black goes with e5. Looking to break out the position. Um, yeah, and we'll see how Yogesh deals with this. Whether he takes or leaves the tension. On Jerome's game, knight back. And bishop h3. Okay, knight back. Knight back, maybe to play knight here, or I don't really see a possibility in f5, but maybe. All right, and let's have Wayne back. Okay, and welcome back, Wayne,
let me
to the
just
stream.
share the.
I need you to. Okay.
Yeah, I just did it. Yeah.
Alright, great. Alright, cool. Okay, going back to Vincent's game. Um, yeah. Opponent just trading down right now. He is obviously better, but I do want to see how he conducts the attack. Um, Yogesh keeps the tension, by the way, so allowing Black to take. Black pushes instead, and he drops his back rook back, and then we'll see where they go from here. Okay. Yogesh will need to move the knight out of the way to maintain defense over the bishop. So, because obviously e6, there's gonna be a discover attack on the bishop, as well as an attack on the rook. So we'll see what Yogesh does about that. So Jerome brings back his knight to put his bishop on the nice diagonal. Um, okay, interesting. Possibly to reroute the knight here, and then to look at either knight e5 or maybe knight f5. I mean knight f4. Okay. And we are okay, and Yogesh defends that. Wait, he doesn't. Uh, uh,
Hmm.
what? Maybe he's looking at some tactics with this. So
No,
takes,
but
takes,
then
takes,
kings
takes,
takes.
takes, then here. Because this is just a very blatant threat right now.
Mm.
I'm not sure.
But what if pawn down? Right.
Okay,
Rook takes bishop.
rook takes bishop,
Bishop takes bishop.
bishop takes bishop,
Rook takes rook. And then
rook
rook takes
takes
rook. And then rook
rook,
takes rook.
rook
And then
takes
king takes rook.
rook, king takes rook. Then yeah, we will just have a knight versus bishop situation. Knight versus
Oh,
knight versus bishop situation. So yeah, I think probably Yogesh saw that, felt that it was a holdable endgame, I guess. I'm not super sure because I don't really like the endgame because this pawn is actually really passed. But it is also true that it is, I believe, indefensible, so maybe king up and here, and the pawn will be taken. Um, Interesting. And the opponent doesn't go for it. Okay. There's a possibility we missed something. I'm not sure what, but there's a possibility we missed something. I think the opponent did see what.
there is definitely a possibility we missed something.
uh, it's also possible that like the opponent did calculate what we calculated and just figured, it's not worth it, cause this pawn would be lost.
That's very
So
true.
he decides
I
to
think
apply
yeah,
more
his
pressure
opponent may
to
have
us.
realized that. Yeah,
And now at bishop
his opponent may have
h1,
realized that
yeah,
was not a good.
yeah. Actually, I think bishop h1 is almost losing, cause now the same idea applies, but I think this comes with like check or something. Yeah. A3 good for white. E3 quite sure. Yeah, we were calculating E3, right? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm reading chat right now, so.
So what does chat say?
Yeah, E3. I mean, E3 we were talking about taking
Hmm.
here first.
E3 is definitely
So,
good for white. So
yeah, so E3 we were talking about taking here first. So takes, 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 and then we win back the bishop. But now with this also actually x-rays the knight, so that line doesn't work anymore.
Mm.
So also the other line was taken here instead. And then because the rook was still back here, we'll take the rook. Rook takes rook takes rook. And then we'll have a bishop versus knight situation. So that was our short analysis. And yeah, Yogesh prudently goes to f1 instead of h1. Defends the knight. Now the opponent offers a rook trade. Hmm. Okay, rook takes, bishop takes. And I'm gonna be honest right now. Yeah, I think Yogesh is in trouble. Yeah, you said that right. Um,
Mm.
Yogesh has a pretty uncomfortable position. This is a protected pass pawn. His pieces are very, very passive, and this rook is like controlling them pretty much. At any point, he can go here and then possibly uh, cause some havoc if the back rank is left unchecked. Let's see. Okay, knight c3 from Yogesh. Let's quickly go over Jerome's game. Um, I mean, the opponent does apply this nice plan of going knight f5. So, I guess. Also, right, let's just quickly go over Vincent's game to show what exactly happened because he just got checkmated. Um, we stopped around here and then queen up. Ah, okay, he got his king swamped. So, yeah, it's fine, Vincent. It's fine. All right. Um, yeah, you're guys in a bit of trouble here. So yeah, Jerome comes to defend against knight f5. I am very confused on this whole knight h7 situation, which although I don't think it's necessarily a bad move because the knight can be rerouted, I think it's definitely a strange move to play right now. So yeah, because the bishop still got blocked anyways. Let's look at Yogesh's game. Okay. Yeah, rook h1 here, yeah? The background was left undefended and now Yogesh is in a bit of trouble. Rook back to d1. Let's see what happens. Uh, d5 break from Jerome's opponent and c4 to kind of close up the position, attacking the bishop. Pawn takes pawn, counter attacking the bishop, and b takes e5. And then bishop c2. Okay. So currently Adrian has a win. Vincent lost his game. And yeah,
What about Jerome?
Jerome is still playing.
Oh,
He's against an unrated opponent, but I think the opponent might be actually stronger than, like, yeah, might be pretty strong. Because he's been playing alright. He's just chilling. Fair enough. I have no doubt about that. You guys should definitely in a bit of trouble though. Okay, rook g1 to attack the pawn. Probably knight e2 and then rook back. Actually, yeah, I don't like this move. Just knight e2, right? Yeah, rook has to go back. Uh oh, okay. Yogesh decides to do it this way. Okay, interesting. I guess the way Yogesh does it is fine as well. He's a bit low on time, which I assume is the reason why he's kind of playing a bit funky. But yeah. It's a holdable position, I think, if he plays well. Maybe here, to initiate the trade. Not super sure. What are your thoughts on this position?
I
Winning,
honestly have no
losing?
clue.
No clue.
I honestly have no clue.
I do kind of wish this was.
That's kind of why I've been quiet. I actually have no clue.
I'm not sure if there's a way of doing like connecting this to
This
an
one.
analysis board, but yeah,
Hmm.
because I would have. It's just I don't know how to. Never mind. Yeah. Right. Knight g5 here. The issue with commentating without an engine is that you don't know what's going on. Oh, and okay,
Oh,
stunning tactic by Yogesh's opponent. So I was looking at this to initiate the trade, but actually there's rook takes knight check, removing the defender, and now it's a bishop pair versus
so
rook,
it's just
which is a losing endgame if I'm
yeah.
not wrong. So unfortunate, but yeah. That also being said, I think like as an 1800, I mean you are very strong of course, but I'm not sure if they will
Hmm.
actually be able to convert this. Considering it's three pawns to three pawns. But the pawns are more split, so probably in the opponent's favor. Okay. Finally, Jerome goes knight g5 as well, by the way. I was wondering what was the point of this knight h7 move. Yeah. Okay, I think we
This is
can
proving
just.
very tricky for Yogesh.
Yeah. In fact, actually, I think I'll just try to pull up an analysis board right now. Let's see if I can get this PGN. Okay. Let's see if I can do something like this. If I can't, oh well. Alright, nice, okay. So, also f5 was played rook up. So engine says white is completely lost here. Um, yeah, understandable, because this is a really difficult endgame. The two bishops are just too
Hmm.
powerful. That's the biggest issue. Oh, Okay, then let me get this PGN as well. Uh, funny little thing, because you can't take the queen's hanging. Alright, let me copy this PGN over. Alright, with some engine analysis, probably we can figure this out. Let's see, equal position here, so, yeah. So, Yogesh goes here, and then... Wait, am I seeing this right?
Yeah. That it really just happened. Yeah, that really just happened. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that really just happened. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh
What?
my god.
What?
I love how we went through the trouble of like getting an analysis for everything, and then
Just
this
to
guy
like
decides to
understand this
blunder.
position, I was just like, nah, I'm gonna blunder bishop.
Yeah.
Oh
Like let me
no.
end their whole career.
Oh my god. What? Yeah, so very obviously this is completely winning. Oh my. Okay, and Yogesh simply going to pick up the pawn, yeah? So check, goes here, and then, okay. And then he goes behind the pass pawn and then he pushes it. Alright, well, okay, I guess we can look at Jerome's key. So knight back, knight takes, queen takes, and then knight up. So, bishop back, right. And then he brings the rook over and he brings the knight over. Okay. Wow, that was a trip. So, okay. How did... Man. Uh, wild stuff.
We all make mistakes, Nathan.
Yeah, I
We
guess
all make
so, I guess
mistakes.
so. Well, actually, the engine evaluates this as equal now, so... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This, I will say there's almost no forward progress that I can see white making. Because these pawns are kind of frozen. This pawn needs to be kept at bay by the king.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess if we go a few moves back, right, so what was... Yogesh was kind of doing well, but he probably should have just gone for this pawn immediately. Instead, he kind of gave that pawn a bit too much time. He went after it with his king, which was not the correct choice. So yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh well.
Uh,
I think that's kind of the theme of this game, is this match, is it not?
yeah.
Oh well. This
Oh
is
boy. Also, I think I won't read. Actually, maybe I should.
is it worth it, Nathan?
Is
Is
it
it worth it?
worth? Yogesh is low on time. Maybe we don't actually need it because, truth be
Yeah.
told, matches go very differently now. Yeah. Um. Okay. I'll just quickly do it. Um, okay. Okay, still drawn. Um, Table base says you just need to like shuffle your rook. Apparently, rook c6 is just losing. So that's interesting. That's one of the few ones you can't make. Okay. He's not thinking. Yeah, but he also only has 3 minutes left. Jerome actually sitting okay. His opponent has this is purely equal, like purely even match. Plus 10 seconds is fine. Okay. Yeah. Yogesh now back yeah, back into a bit of discomfort with his position. I think maybe this move might be needed to to control everything. And you can go here, something like that. Now it looks drawish. Looks fine. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think probably like rook here. Rook here is drawn-ish. Okay, I mean this also works. Alright, repetition and into a draw. That that's alright. That's alright. Um, yeah, something like this. Alright. Yeah. Probably knight back here or something, maybe trade the knights, I don't know. Jerome's position looks fine, I think. He just needs to play a little faster. Because they are surprisingly still in the middle game. Um, yeah. Oh, nice move though. That's a nice fight. That is a nice fight. Alright. Yeah, Yogesh is probably okay.
Yogesh has got this.
Yeah, Yogesh can probably draw this, I think. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not an issue though. But unfortunately, this can only ever be a draw because even if the opponent loses both of these pawns, like rook versus bishop is still draw, right?
Mm.
And in some positions, the opponent can just outright lose the bishop, and it's still gonna be a draw because, I mean, like the pawns will probably have to be a bit more advanced, but yeah. All right, let's just okay.
Oh.
Um, okay. Simple trade down into to a draw. Okay, that makes sense.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. So let's look at Jerome's game. And actually, Jerome kind of seizes the initiative now. Going for this. Going for the queen. Queen can only come back, like, can really only come back, and then afterwards, this is a free pawn. And definitely Jerome's gonna start taking over the advantage now. He goes here actually. Interesting, so maybe his position is saved. Let's see. Yeah, position is fine. So, yeah. Okay. Equal position on the board. Okay, what happened? Knight jumped in. Here, knight. I assume knight back. Ah, he went knight here. Rook here. Very equal game. I also have no idea what's really going on. Yeah, not too much to talk about
Hmm.
here. But so basically, the Singapore team currently has one win by Adrian. I mean for this round. So Adrian won his game, Vincent lost his. Yogesh drew his. So let's see what Jerome does with his game, and from there we can see what happens. Anyway, hello to all 5 viewers that we have. We are, as I've said before, commentating on the Asia-Oceania uh, University Chess Championships. Whoa. Uh, yeah, so did apparently there's an advantage to white now. Am I seeing this right? Yeah, a very strong advantage to white now. It doesn't like something about the endgame. Most likely this outside pass pawn, and we'll see what Jerome does about it. Jerome also a bit low on time, so possibly why he did not find that tactic.
Actually, they're both low on time right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Jerome's a little bit lower with 1 minute left. Like a less, yeah, 1 minute lower. Also, yeah, his position kind of crumbling right now, right? Just yeah, just comes with check, and
Hmm.
now this pawn is just going, and like he also has a majority. Okay, so very unfortunate for Jerome. Let's see if he can pull this back into a draw. Maybe rook check, maybe I don't know. Yeah, we have no like the issue is we're not good enough at chess to analyze these positions on our own. So we need
No, we can analyze them, but not we
we,
can't
we, we,
analyze them
we
well.
can't analyze them well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably knight here. Knight here is probably good. Hmm. Let's see what Jerome plays. Oh no. Yeah. That was a bit of a mistake, I think. Uh, alright. I don't really know what's going on in the game, but I
I have a feeling they're just moving the pieces to
I
kind
feel
of
like
take the
that,
time off
yeah,
the
they're
clock.
kind of moving their
Yeah.
pieces right now a little bit low on time. Probably trying to go for some checks here or something.
I think Jerome's gotta do something just like
Yeah.
what you say, like immediate, you know.
King c6, check. Oh no, he loses the knight. Oh no, he loses the knight. Yeah, this is a little disastrous. Yeah, and this is just kind of oh boy. I don't think we need the analysis ball for this one to know that being a piece down is completely losing. Okay, a trade on the king side. Simplifying, I guess. Probably looking to make this and have like a two weaknesses kind of thing. But honestly speaking, this is just a running past pawn. There's not too much to do. Something like this. Something as slow as going all the way back also works. That's kind of how, unfortunately, how dominant the position is. Um, yeah. Mm. Yeah, this looks really uncomfortable for Jerome. Um, Man, it all went downhill so fast. Yeah. And this is just okay. Still some chances. Uh, but yeah. Uh, yep. Very unfortunate for Jerome. He had a good game there, but he just kind of lost a pawn, and then it was all really downhill from there. Okay, let's oops. Let me go back to the event page. Let's see who's still playing right now. A couple of games still happening. Oh wait, no, we only have one game left. It is right, yeah, 2000 plus rated players. Um,
Mm-hmm.
all right, let's see what happens. No analysis needed for this one. There's not too much to talk about. We'll just kind of watch the game. Um, Probably something like this at some point if this queen leaves the diagonal.
queen coming in, looking to eat some pawns. Um, maybe something like this. I'm not super sure. This also just straight up drops the pawn, by the way. So pawns are taken with check. White is currently up one pawn. Um, check, maybe. This is also just straight up a pass pawn, so yeah. Currently, okay, so for anyone just tuning in, we are commentating on the AUCC 2022 Open category. For the Singapore team, round two, we had one win by Adrian, one draw by Yogesh, and our other two players unfortunately couldn't quite win their games. So we are currently watching the last game for round two. Um, I will see how this plays out. White is definitely winning here because after a few checks, White will eventually get this nice configuration that's like compact, and yeah, they'll go on to win the game, I think. So, um, yeah, I mean, very unfortunate for Jerome's game because he was the position was completely equal for a very long time, and then he lost the pawn, and then kind of yeah, I think he kind of just like mind blank there or something. Next round we'll be starting well after this game, so we'll see when that happens. But yeah. And this Zoom meeting is gonna be ending in around a minute. So yeah. All right. We will disconnect in a moment. But for now, queen. There's just a lot of queen checks, and yeah, we'll see how this plays out. Yeah. And black resigns. That is round two. So going recapping just very quickly again. We have Vincent Wesley lost his game against his opponent, his FM. The Adrian managed to win, Yogesh managed to draw, and Jerome unfortunately lost his game. Yeah, so going into round three, we will join back up with Wayne. and talk to him. What are his predictions for the game? All right. Welcome back, Wayne. Let me
Yes.
share my screen.
Both of you
And
will have some games,
so,
right?
yeah,
Hopefully, you know, going into this round, we'll have games I can actually like make
yeah,
comments on.
we have games that we actually understand.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that would be nice. All right, and we are just waiting for round three to happen right now. The
And
pairings
yep,
are
tornado.
out. There we go. So let's see if we can find. Oh, unfortunately, Adrian playing a GM again. Let's see where are the rest of the players. Vincent playing Ryan Winter, the guy that we were just watching just now. Where is Yogesh? He's here, and Jerome is here. Okay. Yeah. So predictions for this round. I gotta be honest. I really don't think Adrian's gonna pull a miracle against a GM. Um,
The round is still young.
but all right, fair enough. Uh, what's your take on Vincent versus Ryan? He has the black pieces, and Ryan's a very
Uh,
strong player.
I think you answered the question there already.
Alright. Oh, a very even matchup between Yogesh and his opponent. Both of them are 1400s. I do believe Yogesh is a little bit stronger than his rating implies.
Yogesh got this.
Yeah.
Yogesh got this.
And then
Oh,
Jerome against another
yeah,
unrated
Jerome's.
opponent. Let's hope this guy isn't like a secret killer, you know what I mean?
Mm,
Like the last like his last opponent. Okay.
yeah, I think you could definitely can't afford to underestimate unrated opponents there. It's
Mhm.
gonna
Mhm.
be. I think last year also there were a few like unrated opponents who were like unrated players who were surprised, who shocked the who shook things up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cuz different countries are very different like rating economies in
Rating
that sense.
standards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could be 1400, but you might have the like the playing strength of like an 1800 in another person's country. So
Mm. Not all 1800s are built equally.
yep, not all 1800s were made equally.
Are
So
built.
let
Yeah.
us um we are just waiting for the games to start. It seems most of the opponents are connected. Most of the players are connected, with a couple of exceptions. I do assume that players are given a break between rounds. And considering how late this starts, actually, I do wonder how long this will go for. Um, but yeah, especially with the 15 plus 10, 15 plus 10 time increment. But yeah, Adrian against a very strong opponent. Same thing with Vincent. And Yogesh, looking forward to seeing this game. Very evenly matched. And yeah, we'll see what happens in just a moment. But for now, uh, Wayne, anything to say to the players? I mean, to the
All
yeah,
the
I guess to the
best and
players or the audience or anything. Any extra comments? You know?
all the best. That's all I say.
All right, all right. you want to do Chesil to pass the time?
Chesil?
Chesil.
What's Chesil again?
It's like Wordle but for chess.
Oh.
Alright, let's just pass the time with some Chesil. So, for anyone just joining us, we are still commentating on the
On the
AUCC,
AUCC.
yes. The AUCC 2022 open category. Only thing is that we are.
How do you actually? I'm just looking at this. How do you even play Chesil? It just looks like.
Oh shoot. No, you're just supposed to
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how to play Wordle.
uh
I actually don't know how to play Wordle.
so you don't know how to play Wordle? Oh man, you're
I'm
kind
not
of
a
missing
nerd.
out.
I'm not a nerd. I'm not
Oh,
a nerd. So
okay,
how
fair
do I even?
enough. I guess.
I have seen sunlight in the past like 24 hours.
Okay, but uh,
Not watching. Oh, okay,
uh,
no. Okay, watching you play, I'm picking up on it.
yeah, it's pretty easy to figure out.
Yeah.
It's like this or this or something.
Try C4. C4.
No, it's not C4 because
C4.
they're not here. C4 and C5 are not played. So like this, which makes no sense. I don't know any Kaoru theory, guys. Please forgive me. Yeah, it's like this. I was like maybe it's this.
Nathan's struggling to remember theory.
I don't play the Kaoru, that's the issue. Knight D7, ah. Okay, I should have gone with the other knight. Alright, after a short commercial break or something, coming back to the game. Games haven't started yet, so
Everyone's just
it's
warming up.
just kind of chilling, I guess. I think they probably gave the players a break, like a short, like 10-minute break or something.
Probably.
Just enough time to use the washroom and things like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
We know what a break is for.
Why would you say that?
Why would you explain it?
Uh,
But yeah.
I mean, there are
But what do you think
many.
about Team Singapore?
Yeah.
What do you think about Team Singapore's odds in this tournament?
Team Singapore's
Do you think
odds
it'll
in
be better
this
than last year?
tournament.
You think it'll be
I
better than
don't
last year, or
entirely remember what our result was last year, but um, just to say the least, there are lots of GMs in this tournament. Well, not that many. There are like 3, but there are a lot of masters in this tournament, and we kind of unfortunately don't have any. So, yeah, take that how you will.
so basically you don't know?
I don't know. I mean, we honestly speaking, like, it's entirely possible to get like a.
Decent
I don't
spot.
know how many. Yeah, a decent spot, like a 5th place or something. I don't know how many teams there
So
are.
how many more rounds? So how many more rounds are there going to be for this
I
tournament?
think.
Maybe you can share that with the audience. So we are going
Okay.
into, I believe, the
Yes.
third round.
Yeah, we're going into the 3rd round right now. Let's see if they do talk about it here. Cause I know that this isn't like the only day that it's happening for. Like there is like a. I think it goes until like the 23rd. It's like it goes until Friday or Saturday even. I think it goes until Friday. So yeah, it's a pretty long tournament.
It's a long tournament.
Let me actually see if I can just find some details on it right now.
So yeah.
Okay, we have. Okay, this is the conference. This is not the correct one. Uh, so yeah, it goes until the 23rd of December, and let's see. Okay, so I think each day will have three rounds of rapid games, so it will be a 9 round event. So after this is the last game of the day. And yeah, we will we will take a rest until tomorrow. Where I think we have either other commentators or I'm not sure if we have a commentary team tomorrow, but I know we do for the last day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, just waiting on the last round to start. There's obviously a lot of like spare time, so they definitely give the players a pretty long break. Yeah, well, I'm not sure when the round is gonna start. It might start at 5 o'clock. I don't think it will, but yeah, because there are only 3 rounds. This is the last round for today, and then afterwards we will be taking a break um until tomorrow, 2 p.m. Same location here over at twitch.tv/SifkaOfficial. So come back here tomorrow if we have a commentary team. If not,
I
I
think we
know
have
we
a commentary team
definitely
tomorrow.
I know we definitely have one for the 23rd. If you okay,
Mm.
we if you say we have a if we have one for tomorrow, then that's
I
good.
think we have a team for tomorrow. I
Okay,
think we do.
that's
I
good.
think. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So obviously a very strong player against Adrian this time. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Adrian kind of a little unlucky with his opponents today. Um, facing
Mm.
two GMs. Vincent not very lucky either. He got a bye on the first round, but he played FM and then he played this 2000
Actually,
rated
none
card.
of them have none of them have had lucky pairings. So that's real weird.
Yeah. Well, Adrian had like the last round lucky pairing. He was against 1000 rated guy, but like that's
I
I I
guess.
I wouldn't take it against two GMs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like having to play two GMs.
Hmm.
It's kind of it's kind of shit. It's kind of bad already.
Yeah, it
Regardless of
doesn't
whether
like
or not
it
you have
doesn't really
declared.
make up that you play against 1000. So yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. We will see what happens in this game.
Yeah, the games still haven't started yet. So
Games still haven't
still
started. I
watching.
definitely think they gave the
Yeah.
players a pretty long break. So,
So how was your week, Nathan?
yeah, it's been good. I think I mean, it's obviously the school holiday for me currently, but not really been doing much, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? How's your week been?
It's all right.
Did anything
It's all right.
particularly interesting?
Mm, what? Nothing too particularly interesting. Yeah.
All right. That's like the weirdest elevator small talk of all time.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
Uh,
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say personal details of my life on the stream.
that is also very
Excuse
true. Neither am
Excuse
I.
me.
Neither am I. Uh, Imagine if we just start going super like TMI on them. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the chat would even want that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
This is also saved onto a stream, like a like a video on demand. So, terrifying consequences. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah.
So what were you doing on the 11th of December
Oh, we do
at
not want to
23:59
know.
at 23:59 p.m.
uh,
at blah 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 blah.
uh,
Just start establishing alibis.
uh,
Wait, but how come but for real, why they are taking quite a bit for this round? Is it the break
I
or like?
think it's definitely a break because this is the last round, yeah, and then also like they just played for
Ah,
like 4 hours. I mean 2 hours just now. So it's not um crazy that they would actually give them a break. So yeah.
mm, fair enough. Fair enough.
But just in case, I am refreshing the pages, and yes, it does seem that they're still taking a break. So we will figure out what to do in the meantime. Um, you guys can watch me play Bullet? No, it's probably not a good idea.
No, no,
But
no.
let's pull up
We don't.
a
If
analysis board just in case later. Later. Yeah. So how to pass the time?
I think we definitely gotta like let uh the next what do you call that
Next team?
stream like the
Yeah,
next
I mean,
team know that
yeah.
like prepare conversation topics.
Yeah, definitely. Just prefer things to talk about in general.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's as
Look at this.
un
Look at this engaging content, Nathan. Come on, say something. Say something
I
wild.
was
Come on.
gonna say,
Look at this
as
engaging content.
surprising as it seems, how has your week been? It's not that good of a conversation starter.
It's not
So
that good of a conversation starter when there's a third party audience.
yeah, that is very true. Like when yeah, do not talk about your life, your personal life on stream onto the internet. So
Why are we going? Why are we doing a PSA, Nathan? Nathan, why are we doing a PSA?
what? Yeah, let's
Come on.
let's let's do more PSAs. You know what? Because I don't know. Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't.
Stay in school.
Oh God. Oh God.
Uh, anything you want to tell the audience, Win? Any public service announcements you'd like to make?
Uh, don't ask Nathan to make public service announcements. Yeah,
Uh,
that's the best PSA I can think of.
that's definitely the best PSA you can think of. Uh,
Yeah.
Generally speaking, don't let me talk. This. uh,
About stuff besides chess, I see.
yes, yes. Sometimes don't even let me talk about chess because I'm gonna mention like moves that blender full
Yeah.
pieces and things like that. But yeah,
I'm just gonna. Oh, Tornado has started.
Tonello has started.
Together.
Okay, and we have the games on the board with Adrian's game starting off with 1d4 by his opponent. Um, Vincent's game not quite yet starting. Yogesh's opponent also starts with 1d4, and Jerome taking his time to start the game. But on Adrian's game, we have a London system, a very normal London system, and we have a Karo Khan from Wesley, Vincent Wesley. Um, Again, another Slav defense. This one's a bit of a slow Slav. So normal stuff from Yogesh and Adrian. Okay. So immediately going for this kind of queenside development first. Very prudent by Adrian's opponent, and then he's obviously no stranger to the London system. I am sure. So Bishop f5. This is the advanced Caro-Kann by Vincent's opponent, and yeah, this is just the normal semi-Slav stuff, or is this considered full Slav? I'm not entirely sure. Um, but Yogesh already getting hit by the opponent with some pretty nasty looking stuff. So a5 you can't defend simply with a3 because pawn takes, and then knight takes pawn. You cannot take back because this rook will be hanging. So very interesting to see how that will happen. Jerome starts his game off with 1 e4, and for Adrian's game, this looks just very normal in general. The tile variation from Vincent's opponent, but he does not respond with h5, he responds with h6, which I do believe is incorrect. But maybe it's some sideline that Vincent has prepared. Okay, a Philidor's defense from Jerome's opponent. Not necessarily known to be the best opening out there. So we'll see what happens. h6 and the immediate pouncing with g5. Adrian's opponent is not here to mess around. He is going in for the kill with the immediate g5. Obviously, knight takes rook to g1, extraying the pawn behind the knight, so the knight moves, and bishop takes on h6, and this is a devastating attack afterwards. So we'll see how Adrian deals with this aggression from his opponent. Meanwhile, Vincent's opponent is gaining space on the king side. Bishop b4 by Yogesh. Okay, very stoutly defending. So pawn takes, the knight can't take now. And the bishop moves to pin the knight to the queen. Okay. Also, my goodness, this is a bit of a weird game. Um, yeah, the opponent kind of playing a bit like an unrated player would play, so I guess that's not entirely too surprising. Um, yeah, Adrian getting kind of bombarded by the GM. I'm not sure if what he's playing is exactly the soundest, but it's definitely uncomfortable to play against. And Vincent already out the opening, with honestly speaking a not great position. This e5, e6 it's not good for him. So he has to take, and now it's yeah. And now he also loses castling rights because he cannot castle kingside. So he will probably look to castle queenside. Yogesh's opponent in this very theoretical battle. So Yogesh and his opponent in this theoretical battle. We'll see what happens. It is important to note that he can. This pawn is currently hanging, so he'll probably play a6 to defend it. Cause now the tactic I was mentioning earlier with knight takes b5 does not work because this rook is now defended. Yeah. So very simple chess. All right, and Jerome's opponent breaks out with d5. So pawn takes, knight takes maybe. But then also this diagonal opens up, so I don't really know. But then this pen is still here, so maybe there's a g5 thing coming. I don't know. We will see what happens in that game. But for now, back to Adrian's game. He continues to get attacked by his opponent. He manages to get in f5 to close off the bishop, as well as if g takes f6 en passant, he can come with the knight and reactivate him, possibly put him here as a blockade or something like that. Yeah, so very tense games on all boards. Oh wow, okay, so Vincent choosing a very strange development scheme, honestly speaking. Okay. I do wonder what he's going to play. But now this diagonal is super weak. I don't know what he's gonna do about that. Very simply, if you need to move the queen to not get checkmated. But if you do, yeah, you just still get checked, and you have to move this, and you lose your rook. So that's gonna be unfortunate for Vincent. Yeah, Vincent not really playing his best today. It's okay though. And like I said, a6, yeah. So knight just developing his pieces and things like that. Yogesh's opponent tries to break this kind of massive pawn formation with his own pawns, so coming at them. Maybe Yogesh might take. I'm not sure. We'll see. Uh, he takes the knight first, and yeah. So g5 indeed by Jerome, and this just happened. So probably king f1 here, I think, because king h1, or maybe king h1. Then if check, he can go back and offer queen trade. Yeah. This knight is technically still also hanging, so that needs to be dealt with, and then yeah, I think king h1 is good, and knight back.
I just realized I've been on mute this whole time.
You've been on mute this whole time, kids. Great. It's
just
fine. It's Alright, what are your thoughts on the positions? Adrian kind of getting
Adrian's getting
really,
smushed by
yeah,
the
he's getting
by
smushed
bishop
by
combo.
the GM.
He's getting smushed, and like I can't even say his king safety is alright because his king is exposed. You know, his kingside pawns are exposed. His rooks are kind of stuck inside.
Yeah, the London can be very
Whereas his,
aggressive. That's the thing. Yeah, I don't
Oh,
think enough people realize that.
I don't think enough people play London aggressive because London's more popular with a lot of
Beginners,
I
yeah.
would say new players.
Oh, and also
Oh,
Vincent kind of just loses his whole rook, as well as the knight.
nah, man. I think at this rate, I just resign and go to bed.
Oh well. Alright. Yogesh though, with an interesting position. He is under a little bit of
Mm.
pressure on the queen side, but I'm sure he can actually hold it with like rook to c1 or something. I mean
He
rook to
can
c8 or
definitely hold
something.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can definitely hold this.
Very interesting,
Ooh.
by the way, on this side. No,
Oh,
the opponent actually sacks a bishop for 2 pawns
yeah,
and a
yeah.
counter attack. So
Hmm.
let's see what goes on exactly. So a very funny kind of tactic. If knight, well actually, yeah, if knight here or if knight back, I guess in that sense, you actually have bishop takes f7, and if king takes, you get to fork these the king and the queen. So that's pretty fun if the knight does not come back here. Well, alternatively, queen can check first here maybe, and then once this moves, then you can come back here. So that's another possibility. But never mind what I said in the game. Ah, okay, that's great. Also Vincent just kind of loses the whole house here, so that's great.
GM
Yeah,
just ran through him. Oh,
the
sorry, not GM.
the
The 2000
the
rated guy.
2000 guy, yeah. And also the GM on Adrian's board just kind of, yeah, going full brutality mode on the guy, on Adrian. All right. I think the funny thing is that Jerome's now considering whether to take with the queen or the knight. So
Hmm.
that's how good his position is. He's thinking of which way to win the queen. Alright, let's see what's going on. For Yogesh, I think this is gonna be a nice slow game. A bit of a theoretical battle, but also definitely like positional. The Slav is known to be quite an advanced opening. And Vincent's opponent recognizes he's up so much material. Just trade off the queens and call it a day. Very interesting. I just want to see what will happen if king takes. I know this is absolutely disastrous, but okay. So this can become here. This is almost checkmate. I'm sure there's a way to checkmate. So yeah, kind of ripped open the king side and just now probably looking at some 94 stuff. I mean 95 stuff. Vincent obviously not trading the queens, but yeah, I think this is just completely winning here. Um, Not sure, we'll see. Right, this one falls to this. So we'll see how Vincent plays his game. We're gonna swing his knight around. Looking to maybe take here. So if takes, then this will be just a nice trade. And yeah. Yeah, so Jerome's kind of winning. I don't know. I don't know how to say this. Ah, okay. Yeah. So unfortunately, Adrian got checkmated very quickly and had to resign. Yeah. Vincent is actually down a lot of material, but still holding on in the game. He hasn't resigned quite yet, so you know, who knows what will happen. And yeah, this is just crushing. Jerome will definitely be winning. Okay. Vincent still not resigning by the way, so yeah, good stuff. Well, this is gonna just win everything. Um, yep, we will see what will happen. Yeah, it's kind of completely winning on that side of everything. Pretty sure this knight is just trapped if just takes. Then eventually he'll win this and he'll win the knight, I'm sure. Okay, um, knight, knight e5 here. Okay, interesting. Applying even more pressure to this pawn. So, we will see what Yogesh does. This is kind of just a pawn that is hanging, by the way. So if Yogesh decides to trade this pawn for this, so takes, well actually takes this comes with a tempo, so maybe that's even good for Yogesh. I am not super sure. Um, because takes also this like comes with this, right? Where you get this fork as well, so you might have to retreat, and then if takes, and then we'll like yeah, this is a pretty complicated line, so yeah. Vincent loses another pawn, so we'll see what happens. And Jerome just manages to make his opponent cool. That wasn't too difficult for Jerome, so that was good. Um, and his opponent,
Yeah.
Vincent's opponent, just going for more trades. Yeah. Uh, well, I mean, yeah, opening mistakes do happen sometimes. So I am very interested to see. In fact, I think I will just copy this over. Okay.
In the meantime, I'm gonna make a new Zoom.
What?
Zoom.
Ah, okay, good idea. Okay. Ah, so knight takes is really good because you just take it all and and you're up 2 pawns. So don't go. Yeah. So this was actually. Oh, Yogesh was winning this whole time. Very interesting. I did not realize that actually. So Yogesh actually comes out very nicely out of this opening opening battle. This already being a mistake, so yeah. Because Yogesh's problems are all solved. And yeah. So let's delete this and see what Yogesh plays. He does go for the correct line. So takes and his opponent goes here. And we'll see what Yogesh responds with in just a moment. Um oh boy. Yeah, Vincent is just really losing here. It's not too much to say. Alright, we are back. Let me share my screen. Okay, so fun little thing that I just found out. Apparently, Yogesh was always winning, was winning out the theoretical, like, out the opening battle. So this was a mistake. This move was a mistake. It wastes a tempo. And yeah, Yogesh should just with a nicer position out of the opening. His opponent kind of blunders. And let's see what happens. Rook after d8. Oh no. Okay, apparently this loses the advantage. And queen here gives the advantage right back. So c5, c5, and we'll see how the opponent responds. Alright. Queen back, looking for a queen trade. Very simple winning technique from Vincent's opponent, by the way. But let's just go and move back. Apparently this was super losing because the threat is to just take here and I guess ruin the king side. So yeah. And if they try to prevent that, there's just too many attackers on this pawn, so that is not possible. If they go here, there's this rook f3 move. So that's very interesting. So just a missed opportunity by the opponent. And Yogesh obviously missed it as well. But it's okay. Um yeah, Vincent's opponent just has another queen, so alright, knight back, as the engine does suggest. knight back. I don't know. We'll see. Probably maybe queen takes. Maybe queen takes pawn. Maybe this queen back, right? This isn't really going anywhere. So, but I think probably queen takes pawn. Queen takes. Rook takes. Then maybe control the file and then maybe even start pushing the pawn later on. Okay, great. So Vincent lost. So Vincent lost his game. That is a bit unfortunate, but he did blunder right out of the opening. So we only have Yogesh's game left. He's down to 4 minutes. That is okay though. He has a very substantial advantage that he can get if he simply just takes this pawn in the center of the board. Um, and has this like massive kingside majority, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Um, I mean queenside majority. It's not even a queenside majority because there is no pawns on the queenside for white. So we'll see what happens. Queen takes d4 indeed played by Yogesh, and we'll see what the opponent tries here. I am looking at a certain knight takes pawn here, knight takes h6. But I think apparently after after this is all said and done, like there's just nothing from white. So just queen back defense. Okay. So yeah, Yogesh sitting with a nice winning position. We do have king f8 indeed. And let's see what happens. If queen here, just come back. Wayne, do you realize you're muted, by the way?
No, I did not.
Alright, you were muted. So,
But I didn't say much though.
you didn't say much. Alright. Yeah, so apparently Yogesh was winning out of the opening. Because there was this like bishop g5 move that was actually a blunder. Or like a mistake from the opponent. And then he kind of just took over the initiative from there. I mean, he took over the advantage from there. Especially with this knight takes. This was like knight e5 was definitely not the move. And yeah, he just has a very comfortable, nice position now, and we'll see how he tries to convert it. Um, yeah. Anyway, looking at this game right now, time is finally equal as the opponent begins to go below Yogesh on the clock. The rest of the games are done by the way, with Jerome clinching a very, very easy win. Um, the other two, unfortunately, Adrian and Vincent, they fought hard, but they were unable to win their games, unfortunately. Um, yeah. Okay.
But regardless, I think they did well for the
Yeah, I
performance
think they
with
did
this.
well with for their own games, for their own performance. Um, okay, very interesting because I'm not sure if this move does anything. Yeah, this is just a free knight. Takes. This might look scary, but it realistically isn't. It really isn't. Because this queen is under attack, so he has to move. If he moves like here, it's also not really helpful because like sometimes this, yeah. So unfortunately, not great for white. Uh, like very much not good for white. Let's see what Yogesh responds with, because yeah, all right, and very correctly he takes the knight. By the way, is there anything in the chat? Just curious if you've seen anything in the
Let
chat.
me check.
Yeah.
Check the chat real quick. Nothing
Cause
much.
okay. Cause
Nothing
the
new.
Twitch on my phone is not really working. It keeps lagging out, so I can't really read the chat. All right. Okay, pawn takes. Queen takes pawn. King up. Just very normal stuff in general. And yeah, Yogesh sitting really nice with an extra pawn and knight. +4 advantage on the material side of things. From a positional side of things, he's also extremely winning because he just has 3 pawns on the queen side that are completely unopposed. So they can all turn into queens if they want to. So yeah. Wanna try some checking, but yeah, Yogesh very correctly responds. Queen f6 blocks everything. Opponent's best option, Queen e3 is what the engine is suggesting. Queen e3, just come back, try to win back some material some other way. Yeah, this is definitely very losing, to say the least. And Yogesh already has more time, so there's absolutely, like, this is a really nice position for Yogesh. Let's see if he can convert this into an advantage, into a win. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see what happens in the game. The opponent is really taking his time considering that he's losing. Uh, Probably should have spent that time a bit earlier, calculating a little bit more. But yeah.
Buyer's remorse. We're seeing some kind of buyer's remorse.
Yeah.
But I think the opponent, I think the severity of how much he needs to consider thinking about his moves has
Yeah.
just hit him.
Yeah, I think so too. Cause he's really losing. He thought he had something with the knight sack, with this, but no, just no. There's unfortunately nothing. I do actually want to see one thing for the line though. If we go here, this is also perfectly winning. It's just that there's some play over here. Okay. So that's why the engine recommends queen f6. Just keep it simple. Alright. Opponent does play queen e3 astutely. And let's see what he does from there. Where he goes from there. Let's see. The engine does recommend going for a queen trade and possibly repeating a couple times, but I'm seeing something on queen b2. Engine's also suggesting queen e4, queen e5, just removing the check. I mean, just guarding the checking square, because there's no reason to allow that to happen. So yeah, let's see what he does. Okay, he goes rook g1. Um, Bishop blocks. Yeah, I think queen e4 here is just really nice. I mean, queen d4 here is just really nice. Look to trade off the queens, and then you also like threatening this pawn. And then you just enjoy your advantage of a piece up very, very nicely. Yeah. You're just up a very, very healthy advantage. Queen d4. There we see it. Yogesh very astutely playing. Honestly speaking, I'm surprised the engine doesn't recommend this, because this looks like a very human move. But I guess they're not really looking at, yeah. Okay, queen f4. I assume to try. Okay, to get in with the queen, I guess. Yeah. So this is just a pawn. This is just a pawn. Yogesh up 5 points in material now. Very, very winning advantage, without a doubt. Okay. Queen comes here to the corner of the board, but yeah. So the opponent is low on time, so but Yogesh playing very accurately. Queen g6.
I
Yeah.
think it's over for the opponent. Yogesh got this.
Queen h4 check.
Yogesh has got this.
Queen f6, queen g4 both work. See, I mean queen g5. Queen g5, queen down. Oh, and he drops the rook. That is unfortunate. Yeah, that's basically GG's. There's no coming back from this. Just come back with the queen. Yeah, this is very, very winning for Yogesh. He's got this almost certainly. Queen f4. Super accurate play by Yogesh. King down. These guys are playing really like the best moves in the position, which is pretty interesting. queen f6. Okay. Probably going for the queen trade here. Let's see what the opponent does. And I think that is going to almost about wrap it up for today. With 20 seconds left, he plays rook here. The best move in the position. And let's see how Yogesh responds. He still has plenty of time on the clock. Plays rook to g6. Apparently there is some play, of course, with this. And you're going to have to sack this for that. Obviously you can grab the pawn while you are at it. Let's see if Yogesh's opponent finds it. He does indeed. And Yogesh will have to sack his queen for a bishop and rook. He's definitely thinking whether to take or not. He decides not to take, to keep it simple. He will win this game with a queen versus 2 rooks and 2 pieces. More than enough to win it. To win this game. Alright. Okay, and then he goes check. Goes here. And then he defends the pawn. Let's see. Okay. Okay, he moves his king here. Oh no, this is a bit of a blunder. He loses a piece on accident. Drops the knight. Definitely picks it up. Oh, okay, and now the game has definitely gotten a bit complicated. Okay. That's not great. Bishop back by Yogesh. Okay. Oh wow. The eval on that definitely dropped quite a bit. Yogesh has to figure out a way to actually just win the endgame and push some of these pawns into queens. Okay. Check. Wait, okay. Okay. Apparently the opponent just blunders a pawn. Pretty interesting. And the time situation is actually getting better. Because now it's a minute and Yogesh can play if he plays fast enough. Can definitely get... Yep, he takes the pawn very astutely. Let's see what the opponent had planned. Was it possibly queen e3? Thoughts on the position, Wayne?
Yogesh has got this. No.
Queen b4
Like
check.
it's definitely tricky, right, for Yogesh to go against one queen with 3 different pieces because although he is up in material and having more pieces may seem like an advantage, but he also has to be careful of how he moves them.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to be well coordinated, yeah. And yeah, I think this I mean, he could potentially win without even get promoting to the queen, but it's gonna take
I
quite a bit of
yeah, I
time.
think that's
Yeah.
definitely not the simplest solution, and the simplest solution and what he should be going for in this little time is um oh no. So he goes here. Oh wait. But then he wait, okay, how does he do this? Ah, okay. So the check comes here. Okay, apparently he's still winning. But he's getting flustered now, so that's not good. But also this being said, like okay. Yeah, this is definitely not comfortable. But I think he's gonna be able to find. Yeah, he finds the escape, and then check, block. All right. Yeah, he should definitely start pushing his pawns with low time. Just figure out a configuration where he can keep his king tucked away behind his pieces, and then just start shooting down the pawns. You know what I mean?
Mm. Well, he's again, still gotta be careful.
Yep. This pawn is hanging, so I hope Yogesh sees that. It's very helpful, and he does actually. It's very helpful when he just eliminates all the play from his opponent, and then he doesn't have to worry about it at all. Right. So if that
Yeah,
happens, he's just
I think
sitting
that did.
tight, just yeah, with all the winning possibilities.
I think
Like,
Yogesh is doing that now, so
mhm. Like I think if if he gets rid of the last pawn, he can probably lose a bishop. He can probably lose a rook, and maybe even one pawn, and he can still win this game. That is how winning he is. King d6. And the game is going to be grinded out, I am sure. That I wonder if he's gonna go here. Actually, really confused as to why he went here. Because he will lose this pawn. But also at the same time, he's gonna be able to get some playback, especially getting those two things. Then he can just focus on one pawn, push it all the way down the board. Okay, rook d5. Yeah, he finds it. Brings his rook here. What was the mate in this position? There's definitely mate in this position. I just needed to find. Jin just needs to find it. Okay. Ah, mate in 14. Okay. So Yogesh kind of goes for a bit of a simpler option, I think. Yeah, he brings it back. No, not check. But here, what happens in the game? Rook down, rook, queen check, queen check. Queen takes. Let's see how Yogesh does this. Bishop check. I think Yogesh has a very simple plan here, and we'll see if he does it. He's going to probably check, and then after the king goes here, he's going to check, win the queen, and this is a super easily winning endgame. Surprised he pushes pawn actually, and gives the opportunity for the check. Well, I'm sure he's got this.
Yeah, Yogesh has got this. There's really nothing his opponent can do. Like, Yogesh's pieces are well coordinated and everything.
Yeah, agreed. Alright, let's close this analysis board. Focus in on the game. So, with this, okay, opponent throws in another check. I think what Yogesh can, okay. I think the game will finish within 10 minutes. Probably, yeah. Alright, king moves away. Queen moves here. Okay. Going for a very simple skewer. Alright. Maybe check here or something. Check here, check, check, check. Closing off the king first before maybe delivering a check. Alright. I think Yogesh has kind of got this in the bag. King really only has one square
Yogesh
to
got
go.
this.
Queen might
Yogesh
try
got this.
to.
It's all it's game over. It's game over. Yeah.
I will say that the queen is having a opponent with a queen is very annoying considering how it can like really harass the king with checks. But yeah, okay, he figures it out.
Yeah.
There we go. That is it for the games.
The AUC.
Alright. Yeah, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you for joining us.
for the
Hope to
first
see you
day.
for
Yeah, the first day of the AUCC
see you for the future.
2022.
Hope
Yeah,
to see
there's
you all
gonna
for the
be
future days.
one for tomorrow. We are not sure about
Potentially,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, you can check. There's definitely gonna be one on Friday. Or wait,
Friday.
was it? Yeah, Friday. So there's definitely
Friday,
gonna be
Friday.
one on Friday. There's gonna be one maybe tomorrow. I'm not so sure. But yeah, go. Tune in once again. Same place. Twitch. Our Safeguard Twitch. And yeah, that is all. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you to Wayne,
Bye bye.
my commentary partner, and we'll see you in
Yeah, the tech
yeah.
support more, but
All right. We'll see you on the next days. Bye bye.